Potter book is your favorite? My favorite Harry Potter book is The Half-Blood Prince because you learn more about the plot and Voldemort's past and get to know more about where the story's heading. The next question is, which Harry Potter book is your least favorite? I don't really have a least favorite Harry Potter book because all of them are pretty great, but if I had to choose one, it would probably be The Chamber of Secrets because in this book there are spiders and snakes, and I don't like either of those things. I'm really terrified of spiders, so I'd have to go with The Chamber of Secrets. Question 3. Which Harry Potter film is your favorite? My favorite Harry Potter film would have to be the Deathly Hallows Part 2 or the first film. Question 4. Least favorite Harry Potter film. My least favorite would definitely be The Half-Blood Prince because it doesn't stick to the book at all, pretty much. Like, there might be some parts where they do, but most of the time, I'm pretty sure, like, they don't really stick to the book. And I feel like it just kind of was the worst adaptation out of all of them. Question 5. Which Harry Potter quote is your favorite? And I'd have to go with, words in my not-so-humble opinion are a most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it. This quote's by Dumbledore, and it's in the Deathly Hallows. Question 7 is, which female character is your favorite? I'd have to say that Luna Lovegood is my favorite because she's just so quirky and like eccentric, and she's a Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw. I just really enjoy how she acts throughout the series. Question 8. Which villain is your favorite? I like Bellatrix Lestrange because she's just kind of a really cool villain, but she's also really evil, so I think Bellatrix Lestrange would be my favorite. Which male character is your favorite? This is question 9. My favorite male character would probably be Hagrid because he's like this big tough guy that like loves animals, and it's just like he's so sweet to like everyone, but he also defends things he loves, all the animals like Buckbeak, and he stands with like Harry and Hermione and all those people. Question 10. Which Hogwarts professor is your favorite? I have two favorites. I like Lupin and I like McGonagall. This section of questions is a would you rather. The first question, which is question 11, is would you rather wash Snape's hair or spend a day listening to Lockhart rant about himself? I think I'd probably have to say listen to Lockhart rant about himself because Snape's hair pretty greasy. I could probably listen to Lockhart for a whole day. 12. Would you rather duel against an elated Bellatrix or an angry Molly? I'd have to say I'd duel against an elated Bellatrix because I'll see in the books how it plays out when this actually happens between the two of these characters, so I think I'd have to say an elated Bellatrix. Question 13. Travel to Hogwarts via Hogwarts Express or flying car? I'd have to say I would travel to Hogwarts on the Hogwarts Express because that's one of my favorite chapters in the first book. I just always love to reread that one, and I think it'd be a great experience to go on the Hogwarts Express with all your friends and stuff. Question 14. Would you rather kiss Voldemort or give Umbridge a bubble bath? I'd rather kiss Voldemort because giving Umbridge a bubble bath would be super disgusting. Like, you have to see her naked and everything, and yeah, I'd rather just kiss Voldemort. Number 17. Is there a movie you preferred instead of the book? I don't prefer any movies over the books. I think the books are so much better than the movies. They're pretty good adaptations, but I think the books will always be better. Number 18. Would you prefer Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore? I think they both were perfect for their roles as Dumbledore in the movies that they were in because the first two movies, when Richard Harris is Dumbledore, they're kind of happier movies and they aren't as dark. So I think Richard Harris was like the way his Dumbledore costume was and the way he acted in the role suited those movies perfectly. But and then Michael Gambon, like if he was the Dumbledore, the movies that he was suited in, like The Prisoner of Azkaban onward, I think it got darker there, and the way his costume was laid out and the way he acted as Dumbledore perfectly suited the time period in the series. Your top thing, person, or event which was not included in the movies that annoyed you most? I think SPEW, that Hermione started for the House Elves, I think that should have definitely been in the movies. It was a really great part of the books that I really enjoyed, and seeing more House Elves in general I would have liked to see them go to the kitchens like they do in the Goblet of Fire. I think that would have been amazing if that was included, and it would have made the movie so much more like magical, I guess. They're already really magical because it's about wizards, but I think it would have been really cool if the house elves were involved more. 20. If you could remake any of the Harry Potter films, which would it be? I'd definitely have to go with the Half-Blood Prince because, as I said earlier, it was a really bad adaptation, and it's my least favorite. This section of questions is called Hogwarts. Question 21. Which Hogwarts house was your first gut feeling that you'd be a part of? I'd have to go with Gryffindor because I originally watched the movies first, and I knew about the other houses, I just only really heard about Gryffindor, so I think my original gut feeling was Gryffindor. Question 22. Which Hogwarts house were you actually sorted into on the Pottermore quiz? So I've taken this quiz like so many times. Most of the time I get Ravenclaw, but sometimes I get Hufflepuff, so I think if it was like a hybrid house, then I'd be a Ravenpuff, but I'm definitely a Ravenclaw. Like, I get that the most amount of times. Lately I've been kind of feeling like a Hufflepuff, but I think I'm definitely a Ravenclaw. 23. Which class at Hogwarts would be your favorite? I think my favorite class would probably be Divination. Charms is a really cool class as well, because you learn about so many spells and stuff in that class. But Divination sounds like really fun, interesting class. Question 24. Which spell do you think would be the most useful to learn? I think that Accio would be the most useful because I'm pretty lazy, and if I'm just sitting around and I want to get a book or something from across the room, I can just go Accio and then get that book. I also think Lumos would be kind of helpful because you can just turn on the light whenever you want, even if there's no electricity around you. I think that'd be pretty cool. Number 25. Which character at Hogwarts would you instantly become best friends with? I'd have to say Luna because she's just pretty cool and she's kind of unique, so I think we'd both kind of look for the magicalness around us and different creatures and things. I like how she believes in things like that. This section of questions is called Miscellaneous, and the first question in this category is number 26. It is, if you could own one of the 3 Deathly Hallows, which would it be? I think I would own the Invisibility Cloak because it seems the most harmless out of all the items. It would be also, I think, the most useful, but I don't know what other people definitely other people would have different opinions, but I just think the Invisibility Cloak causes the most, the least harm out of all 3 of those items. I wouldn't want to resurrect anyone right now. And I don't think I would like to have as much power as the Elder Wand permits you to have, so I'd have to go with the Invisibility Cloak. Number 27. Is there any aspect of the books that you would want to change? I think I'd like to change the fact that she killed off Remus Lupin and Tonks because I feel like that was really unnecessary. I know it was supposed to cause Harry pain or whatever, but I just think it was really unnecessary to kill them off, and I don't see why she did it. Question 28. Favorite Marauder. My favorite Marauder is obviously Lupin. As you could tell from the last question, I'm really upset that she killed him off, and yeah, so Lupin's my favorite. Question 29. If you could bring one character back to life, which would it be? I think either Dobby or Hedwig, or maybe Lupin, or Sirius. There's so many. I think I'd probably want to bring back Dobby, because I also don't see why he had to be killed off. Question 30. Hallows or Horcruxes? Definitely Hallows, and I think I don't need to explain that. Question 31. Which part of the books or films made you cry? I think, from what I can remember, I really cried at the part when Dobby died in the movie, but not the first time I watched it, the second time I watched it, which was kind of strange, but yeah. Another really strange time that I cried was in the books at school. I cried when Crabbe died, and I don't even know why. I didn't even really like his character. I think I was just sad at the way they described Malfoy's reaction to it and everything. It just built up a lot of emotions. What would your Patronus be? Number 32. I think my Patronus would be probably a pug. I own a pug, but on Pottermore I was it said I was a St. Bernard dog. So I think that's pretty cool too. Number 33. If you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? I think I'd like to meet Evanna Lynch, who plays Luna Lovegood. I think she seems like a really happy person, and it'd be nice to like talk to her about Luna, and like she's also a vegan, so it'd be interesting to talk about that. I think I'd really like to meet her. Question 34. Have you played any of the video games? I haven't played any of the video games. I know there's a new app that came out that's like a game, but I haven't played it yet. And I haven't heard some great things about it, so I don't know if I ever will. Question 35. If you were on the Quidditch team, which position would you play? I think I'd probably play the beater, because I know it's the most violent one, but I think it has the least pressure, I guess. Like, Seeker, it's like if you don't catch the snitch, your team like loses completely. And with like Keeper, you could really get hurt easily. But I think, well, maybe Chaser, because that actually seems better, actually. Yeah, I think either Chaser or Beater. Question 36. Were you happy with the ending of the series? I was really happy with the ending. I think it was a good close to the end of the series. Like, it didn't leave you with any questions unanswered. Well, I have lots of questions, but without, like, it closed the series pretty well for the way it ended. Question 37. How much does Harry Potter mean to you? Harry Potter means so much to me. Like, when I first read it when I was like 11, I just got so obsessed with it, and I still reread it all the time, and it got me into reading, so I'm really thankful for that. I just love the series so much. Question 38. Do you think you could ride on a broom? I think I probably could after a few tries, but like, I don't know if I'd be good enough to play Quidditch. Question 39. What would you do if you had the Marauders map? I think if I was at Hogwarts, I would like try and play pranks on my friends and see like where they were and stuff. And I'd probably like go looking for cool passageways and things like that. Question 40. What spell would you make up and what would it do? I think I'd make a spell to like make you fly yourself, like so you could like travel to places, except like without a port key or like all those things. And it's not like Wingardium Leviosa, it's just you cast it on yourself and you have the ability to fly like in like Peter Pan. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what it'd be called. So that's the end of my video, the ultimate Harry Potter tag, and I wasn't the creator of this tag, someone else did. I could try to find the original one and link it. I hope you enjoy the video, and maybe subscribe if you want to.